Hey, my spectacular audience. You have just chimed into Tracy Smalls. I am the hostess of the Relationship Spice Talk Show. We're going to be talking about love. We're going to be talking about sex. We're going to be talking about romance. We're going to be talking about embracing singlehood. We're going to be talking about infidelity. So I want you to come on in, unwind, relax, kick back, kick off those shoes, grab you a glass of wine, and come enjoy the space with me. For surely you are in for a treat. Relationship Spice Talk Show. I am so excited. I'm so elated, and I'm also nervous. But it's like a good sense of nervousness. And I've got all of my loved ones here with me, my friends and my supporters. And so how's everybody doing on today?
Oh, good. And thank you so much for having us.
You're welcome. I want to first start by introducing myself. For those of you that are new to the scene, I am Tracy Smalls. I am a relationship ambassador, and today we're going to be talking about the dynamics of relationships. And in the studio with me today, I have the one and only Dee Hill, and I'm going to allow Dee the opportunity to introduce herself. And I also have the one and only Lady Storm, better known as Starlet Mays. So I'm going to give them both the opportunity just to kind of introduce themselves and tell you all a little about what they do and who they are. But, I want to just kind of give you a spiel. As a relationship ambassador, I teach individuals the basic fundamentals, just the basic little nuggets, so that they can have happier, better, and healthier relationships. And then that encompasses the relationships that they're going to share with God, and then with themselves, and then with others. So it's not always automatically when you think in terms of relationships, the intimate or the romantic one. It encompasses, various types of relationships that we share. And considering my friend Dee Hill, she's in radio, and I thought as a woman, as a Black woman, there was nobody else that I would want to invite onto my show as the opening, simply because with her being in radio, she allowed me the opportunity to be a part of her radio broadcast. And I thought, that was amazing. She was very supportive. When I called on her, she welcomed the idea. And I figured, being that the topic on today is talking about, the myth, and we're going to bring about some solutions about this myth today. We're going to be proactive, solution-driven about the myth about Black women not really getting along and Black women being messy. So we're going to just dive right in, and I'm going to allow Dee Hill the opportunity to introduce herself.
Hi, everyone. I'm Dee Hill. I have a radio show on Love 860 AM WAEC, and been there since 2005. But before I did that, I had my platform on People's TV, Channel 24. So I just wanted a bigger audience, and I thought that it was most important that we educate our people in the community, because it was a lot that we did not know. So that's why I moved my platform from TV to radio.
Awesome.
And have loved radio ever since. And I have a quarterly mixer for men and women in radio. And we just honored Joyce Littell from V103, Tawanda Black from 104.1, Jazzy McBee from 94.5, and Jean Hobby from 94.1, and also Shirley Ellis, who's out of a Fort Valley and Macon station. So we just honored them at the state capitol, since it is a Women in Radio, Women's Month in March. So that's why we decided to do it in March, and it was very exciting.
Oh, wow. Awesome. So then tell me something. Is it really the case that as Black women, are we confrontational? Are we messy? Are we not supportive of one another? Do we just not get along? What are your thoughts on that?
To be honest with you, I think that some are. And I'm not going to say all, because I have met some beautiful Black women.
Okay.
That I love doing business with and that I consider my friend.
Okay.
And that's probably messy in every race that you probably deal with.
Okay.
And I think with Black women, I put them on a higher scale because they are my sister.
Yeah.
Even if you own a business, I want to see your business do good. If I walk into your establishment, look at me and smile, even if you have to fake it.
Yeah.
And, I think that maybe that has some truth to it. But then, like I said, I have met some beautiful black women.
Awesome. Yeah, and the thing I would want to say is, sometimes, people can be messy just as individuals. And what I would suggest, as far as solution driven, if you find yourself in an atmosphere where there's a lot of messy black women, then I think our duty to ourselves is to see if we're playing a positive, productive role in that equation. And then if we're not, and if you're having, conversation with another black woman, another sister, she's talking about another friend that is not there in this space with you all, I think we owe it to ourselves to say, hey, look, sis, we're not going to be talking about her, because she's not here in the room, in our space to defend herself.
That's true.
And what we're going to do is we're going to uplift the sister. If we're going to have any dialogue, any conversation about her, it's going to be on a positive note. And I'm willing to bet you that'll shut that down right there. And either they're going to gravitate to the positivity or say, you know what, I'm done with her. She ain't on my level. She want,
I agree. And this young lady, well, she's an older lady. She always told me that she never eat the head of a poisonous snake. So one day I asked her, what did she mean by that? Yeah. She said, by her gossiping about you, she's eating poisonous.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I adopted that saying.
Okay. And, it's funny that, tonight with my opening, that we're talking about the support of, being sisters, sisterhood, and just, being loving and supportive of one another. One thing I can say about Dee, I mean, she has been my friend like forever. And when I tell you, whenever I have an event, whatever it is that I am doing, I mean, she's going to be there. She's going to be supportive of me. And, I admire her for that. And, I just want to say, today I really appreciate, all the support and all the love that you give me. It's unconditional.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And the greatest thing about it is, we don't even talk every day. We don't see each other every day or once or twice a week. But I know if I call my girl D and say, look, I need you here. I'm doing this event. Could you help me out? Can you, just give me a helping hand? Bam, she's there without a shadow of a doubt. And I really appreciate, you for being there for me.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And, just it's so interesting that we're doing this this topic on tonight because on last night I went out dating. And, when I went out dating, when I went out dancing, what I'm talking about dating. I wish I had a date tonight.
I'm
speaking into existence. I'm going to have a date tonight. I went out dancing last night, right? So there's usually this table where I sit. And, one of my boys, he reserves this particular table. So lo and behold, I get there to the venue. And there's this guy and this lady sitting at the table that's reserved, for one of my friends. And I knew the guy, and it has been like forever since I had seen him. So, automatically, we hugged, so, and I'm replaying it in my mind as I'm thinking. I was like, did I address sister girl first? Because normally if I see one of my male friends and if they're with a lady, I always address that woman first. That's just me to the degree that I define respect for her. So we're sitting there and I'm trying to get in, to get a seat. This woman, she would not pull her seat up or back for me to get through. I'm thinking, really?
Ignorance.
I mean, she like literally almost took me there, and I was like, you know what, Tracy, calm down. So, I was like, sister, I'm trying to get through, and I'm busy moving my body, and she's just looking at me like, who do you think you are? So finally, the other sister that was sitting on the other side, kind of pushed her chair up so I can get by. And, the conversation was just, she looked and she said, oh, I know you from so-and-so. And I was like, oh, okay. And, I'm, having dialogue with her friend. And I was like, what's going on? I said, who does that? And she was so adamant. She would not want to move. So, dude was like, we ain't trying to start nothing. And I was like, it may just be best for y'all to just find another table, because he knew me and he didn't want no confrontation. And, she was saying the same thing, I'm drama free. If you
And those would be the
drama-free,
main
move up your
ones
seat.
that say
the
main
people
ones.
that say drama free are usually
Yeah.
So
usually
when
the
she
ones
told
with
me
them.
she remembered me from another venue, I was like, apparently what she remembers of me was not pleasant. She might have been someone that just totally disliked me, and me being as free spirited as I am, I don't care. But anyway, so they finally decided to leave, and he said, we're going to leave. So she had the audacity to say to me when she was leaving, she came back to the table, she said, I own a business, and I don't be in the club. I'm thinking, what that got to do with anything?
So let me.
She had a personal vendetta without even knowing you.
Yeah. I mean, because, like she told me, she said, I remember you from so-and-so. And she's like, you don't remember me? And I was like, by that time, I was just like so over her. And I just kind of was like, no.
So the guy that she was with, did he address her for acting like that?
He was literally trying to tell her, let's go sit to another table. She did not want to move, and she did not move until finally he convinced her to say, let's go. And he said to me, you know what? I'm not really ready to leave, but I'm going to just go ahead and leave. Because she was not cooperating at all.
Okay. I think I say that to say this, like I have always told people, they don't understand that when people first meet you, they can hate you or dislike you without even knowing you.
That's true.
Step in the room, I don't like her. Like, you can meet someone and try to compare yourself to that person and just automatically do not like them. I've seen it happen. I have been a victim of it so many times. Like you said, being nice, free-spirited, and thinking like, well, how can they not like me? I'm everything to like. I got the personality. I got great introduction. But if a person don't like you, then they're not gonna like you.
And of course I reflected back on what happened on last night, and I saw as I was trying to get by, and I saw that she was just reluctant to move, and I could have just easily maneuvered to and get where I was wanting to sit, just take another avenue. And I mean, I embraced her. I literally hugged this chick. And I said, come on, let's, show some sister love. Do you mind? Just please move up so I can get by. I just want to damn get by. She looked at me like, wow. I embraced her. I was like, where's the love? Let's show each other
she probably say,
So my thing is
really
she treated you like that and didn't know you. How she treated her customers with her being a business owner.
Exactly. And the thing is, she knows of me. Because, she made it known. She's like, I remember you from, the older spot.
Okay.
Which has now changed names. So she knows of me. And I think she knows my name, too.
So that's her boyfriend or her boyfriend?
That, just to be, everyone pretty much knows me as Tracy, free-spirited, love to dance.
Okay.
Basically, so this is probably what she knows about.
No, Tracy walking by with the booty and trying to get a seat, saying my man is her friend.
Yeah.
I know, right? But
it's crazy because, sometimes it's hard to be a friend of a guy, with women that think like that. It could be innocent. You could have been that person friend for years, but it's hard to understand. I had a play brother, so they call play brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, we call each other brother and sister. And I know nowadays when people say bruh or suh, it don't always be that way. But I can honestly say when I had a guy that I call brother, I really looked at him like a brother. And I actually dated his brother. Okay. So his brother had to tell me like, I know that y'all just like brother and sister, even before me and you. But he said it's hard for a female to understand that. He was like, look at you and look at him. He said, both of y'all are attractive individuals. It's hard for a woman that don't really know you to understand the brother and sisterhood that you two have.
That you two share. And, I think for the most part, it just takes... intellectually being mature enough to understand, because a lot of us are just not intellectually mature, and don't understand that you can have, relationships, and it be someone of the opposite sex and it's strictly platonic. And, and then it creates, some conflict sometimes when, you get into an intimate relationship And, you have this friend that's someone of the opposite sex, and then sometimes that woman or vice versa, that guy is not able to understand or even invite the other person simply because out of maybe jealousy, not knowing.
Apparently, he don't wear the pants.
Yeah, evidently not.
He don't wear the pants because if he did, and then...
So let's talk about that. You said apparently you both, mentioned the same thing. What exactly does that mean? What are you guys saying? Apparently he doesn't wear the pants.
Because if he wore the pants, even regardless of how she felt, she would have bitten her tongue until they went to wherever they were going, to the car or back home, or whatever. She did whatever she did in front of him. She clearly don't have no respect for him or nobody that he's friend with. Like she just.
And when I said I hadn't, and in fact, this particular guy, he used to date a young lady that I know.
Okay.
So I know him through dating someone that I know.
Okay.
Yeah, and I hadn't seen him like in years. So it was like, a good reunion to have at least seen him, And it was funny because I kept thinking in my mind, where do I know this man from? Where do I know him from? And then finally I realized, I was like, okay, he used to date this young lady that I know.
Okay.
Yeah, so, it's just, it has to come to a point where, I just want, as sisters, black sisters that is, make more acknowledgement of one another. Oftentimes I see where when I'm out somewhere dancing, just out and about, there are times when I want to say, sister girl, you got it going on. You look beautiful. You're gorgeous. They don't even give me eye contact. And I'm thinking, what is that about? What is the belief system around the fact that, because you can kind of see in your peripheral when someone's trying to give you eye contact.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yes.
You see
definitely.
that, you sense it, you know it. So my thing is, why at least acknowledge the person that they're trying to give you this attention, because you never know, this could be your blessing in disguise.
Do you think that black women feel that every other sister want their man or trying to flirt with their man?
Sometimes I think so. Versus I'm going to compare this right now with me and her. A lot of time I step into a place, I look serious. You know what I'm saying? I look serious sometimes, but when I know you, I come up to you and talk to you. And sometimes you can walk up in a place. A person can be intimidated by you until you open your mouth. Yeah. But with comparison with me and her, because she's I'll say probably nicer. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? She smiled more. She's gonna be the target. She's gonna be the target a lot of times. She too friendly. She thinks she's slick. She trying to smile at me and tell me I look good. Hey, they are. I think women act different. Some of them, everybody's not alike. Everybody's not alike, but some women, when they're with their man, they act a little different than they would without him. Sometimes women can be more free without their man if they got a certain type of man. If they got a man who respect them, they can be around him anytime in any given time. But if you got this man, he got a history of always disrespecting you, doing this and that in front of you. Sometimes it don't really be you that she don't trust. You just know him. And like, okay, if she's so free spirited, I know my man, so all she got to do is say one thing and it's on. All she got to do is give it a go, and it'll be a go.
Okay.
So.
But yeah, I think for the most part, I don't feel that, every woman thinks that the other woman wants their man. And I think it just comes with being, totally secure with who you are as a woman. Simply because my thing has always been, I'm not able to control what no one else is going to do.
Yes.
I can only control Tracy's and my behavior, my demeanor, my mannerism.
Yes.
My man, he's my man. If I was, dating someone exclusively, and all I can hope and think and believe is he's going to be faithful to me. Okay. But I'm not going to be able to control what he does. Right. And I remember years ago we were out in Texas at the basketball tournament or something, and I was with two other young ladies, and we were just having a conversation in the room, and one of the ladies, she said, I wouldn't bring just any woman or the baddest woman, and that's not even a word, but I'm going to just say baddest, more or less the sexiest, the finest woman around my man. She said, I would not do that. And my thing was, I'll bring the baddest, I'll bring the sexiest, I'll bring the
Yes.
finest woman around my man because I have no control. I'm not going to be intimidated by her. You know, whatever they're going to do, they're going to do it. Tracy has no control over that.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was just mind-boggling to even hear her say that. You know, and to me, it was kind of like a sense of insecurity. Mm-hmm. I'm just not an insecure woman, you know, and I just embrace all of my sisters, all of my black sisters. If they want to give me some eye contact, and if they looking good, they riding good, they smelling good, you know, I applaud them. And I say, you know what? You look great. You're gorgeous. You know, I love your car. You do that, girl. You driving that damn thing. You know what I'm saying? I tell them that, you know, any given moment.
Yeah.
You know, and I think, you know, we owe it to ourselves, first and foremost, as a responsibility as a black woman, to be, you know, more proactive and, you know, get out of the myth or the fact that, you know, all black women are messy. We don't get along, you know, and then you got to wonder if they're saying this, then what part are you playing in this?
Yeah, true.
What role are you playing in the dynamics if you have this mindset that, oh, I don't deal with females, or that's why I don't have a whole lot of female friends, they messy. What's your role?
Like me, I wouldn't say, I wouldn't use that term of not having a lot of female friends, because first of all, I'm 39 years old, and I ain't trying to be on the playground no way. You know, so I look at it more like, confidant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only have a few people that I can confide in. So long as I have someone that, you know, I can talk to, and we can have this confidentiality going on, I'll talk to that person. But I'm just this person. I don't talk to everybody. I don't, just because if I can sit up there and talk to like 2 or 3 people about things personal, don't mean that I can talk about a whole lot of people about, you know, about the same thing. I gotta have, you know what I'm saying, I gotta have that security, because everybody needs someone that they can talk to, because that's why people go crazy, because they have so much balled up inside. They want to get it out. They don't know the right person to talk to, because they're afraid of getting judged, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. It'd be hard to find someone. You know, some people want confidentiality with a boyfriend, a husband, and sometimes it don't work like that, because sometimes, you know, even with the person that you share your everyday life with, you can't even confide with them, because they tell their family, who might not even get along with you. They tell their sister, who don't even get along with you, their mama, their father, who don't get along with you. Then next thing you know, y'all relationship or whatever going down the hill, because everybody's now a part of y'all relationship. You know.
And she done got mad with you and put all your business on social media.
so you be looking like a guppy, a fool. You be looking so stupid. You know, like, oh my God, like, now they actually got that. Now they're finna run with it. I don't even have it anymore. You know, but you know. So that's how I really see it. You know, everybody is not. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't alike. You know what I'm saying? It's just, if you got somebody who can call you up and tell you certain things, that because they confide in you. It's something about you that they admire, that they ain't had in a long time, you know. Because, you know, I'm not going to lie, you know, I can only talk to a few people, you know, and when I do talk, I feel great. It's off my chest. I can sleep at night, you know. Hey, good to have people in your life like that.
It is.
So my apologies. Do you mind letting the audience know who you are? I introduced you at the beginning, but I didn't give you the opportunity to, you know, let the world know exactly who you are.
Okay. Starlet Mays, BKA Lady Storm. That's my rap name. I'm a rap artist. That came from down Greensboro, Georgia. Now I'm up in Atlanta doing my things. I travel with the rap. Actually, I'm finna get ready to be part of a 20-city tour now this summer. And you know, I'm a mother. I'm a supporter of my kids with their track and basketball or whatever they got to do. I'm a supporter of black business. Anytime that I can support anyone or able to be there, I will be there, you know.
Okay. All right.
So, and let me just kind of share with you all, how is it that Star and I, we met. I remember we were at, thank you. We were at I was tailgating.
Yes.
A couple of months ago. And when I tell you, Sister Girl got on stage, and she did the damn thing. And I was like, wow, she is just awesome. So what I admired so much about Star was the fact that not only did she put it down when she was there performing, she was cognitive of the fact of who was cheering her on out in the audience while she was on stage. And when I say it was a lot of people, it was a lot of people. But she took note of that, and Star personally came over to the tent where I was tailgating, and she showed love. She came and she introduced herself, and she thanked us for cheering her on. And to me, that just like melted my heart. And I was like, you know what? This is a very appreciative, humble Black woman who understands, without her and her audience, it would not be any Star. So for her to come out in the audience and, just introduce herself as a total stranger to a total stranger, that said a lot, and it spoke volume. And we've been kicking it and riding since then. I just want to say I appreciate you. Even today, you was like, I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to make it, but I'm going to try my best. And I was like, you know what? Take care of, what you got to do with your daughter. And if you're not going to be able to come, I totally understand. But, just that support.
Yeah.
Because oftentimes when you're making major moves and when you're doing things and you're trying to, excel in life and, do the things that you deem to be successful to the degree that you defined it, oftentimes them sister girls that was in your corner, when you're making these major moves, they start to, shed off. They don't respond to the text when you tell them you got an event going on or whatever the case may be. And I'd be like, what is that all about? Sister girl, it's more than a damn enough out here for everybody to get a piece of pie.
And you know what?
It's more than
That's true.
It's too many houses. It's a lot of houses to be bought, to get got. It's a lot of cars to get got. It's a lot of men out here to be chosen from and to choose, and for the man to choose us. So I don't get it. So,
and it only takes 1 second to share somebody's flyer on social media. 1 second.
Literally. And you know what? It's so funny that, even in my profession, as a counselor, working in mental health, when I see one of my sisters, that's in the same profession, and, she has an event or she's trying to build her counseling business, I share it. Because my thing is, as a Black woman, everybody's not going to love Tracy. Everybody's not going to love the way that I put it down, the way that I speak, the way that I conduct myself. I get that. So therefore, if somebody's in my profession, as a Black woman being a supportive to another Black sister, let's share the love, spread it. Give love, share love, spread love. Because like I said, it's more than enough of everything in this world for everybody to get a piece of pie.
That's true.
Get a piece of the pie. And that comes with, and I'm big on cognition. That, just has a lot to do with our belief systems. And I want to expound a little about that as well. And, ask you all about, why do you all feel or think that, the belief systems, where is it coming from? What's up under here? Why we think that, it's not enough for everybody as a Black woman to get along and to get a piece of the pie of this, so-called, quote unquote, the best of the best live. Like they say, living your best life. But what were we living before that? Our greatest life? Our worst life? I don't think so. I think each and every day we were still trying to get it and make it happen.
I think when people have a mentality like that, they're content because even if I'm at my best or I feel like I'm doing great, I always feel like I need to do more or I can do better. So I won't say living my best life just because I'm having a good time or spending money at the time, because I know it's more. It's greater than what I'm doing at that particular time. So I won't say living my best life.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
That's content.
Because I'm thinking, okay, when this song gets old, which I'm about done hearing about it, what's going to be next? Then we're going to be living what kind of life then? And I'm thinking, what were we living before then, sister girl, bruh man? What was going on then? So, I want to just talk, a little about, I know for me, and, my belief systems in regards to, being a supportive, woman, being Black to another woman, it's not like my mama sat me down and said, Tracy, always, support, your Black sister or your Black, a Black sister in business or whatever the case may be. But it was just indirectly, it was embedded in me, from, my mom and my daddy, just to be able to show love and give love to other people. And to know that, what we have inside is just all that we have that we can give to other people. So, I say that to say that, with me and my mind and my belief system, it was always a thing of making sure that you are, a very productive person in society, and the belief that you have about other people and, what they may have and what they have accomplished, you yourself can do the same thing. So it was never a belief system of, being envious or jealous of another, black woman or woman, when they have excelled. That was not embedded in me and in my belief system from my mom and my daddy, and even from my sisters and my brother. It just was not, So I'm just wondering, that belief system, where is it coming from, and how do we go about, digesting it, deleting it, getting it erased, and getting rid of it.
I mean, I believe in all generosity, sincerity, because you got some people that will come in your life and they don't be sincere about you. They're trying to use you or something like that. And you got some people, they're willing to help you. It's a such thing as meeting people and you seeing an opportunity for you all, like with you with the radio thing, you know what I'm saying? I might come up to, y'all and be like, you know what? I need this interview. Let's chop it up. Let's see what we can do. Yeah. And then y'all let me know how I could be of assistance to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Use me in a good way, and I use y'all in a good way. It's not use you and throw up my hand and walk away. Yeah. It's me, you know what I'm saying? Adding value. You add value to me, and I add it to you back. With anything that I can offer. Yeah.
Two things that brought tears to my eyes. One is, I don't know if you all ever seen this before, but they interviewed the last remaining slaves. Wow. And to hear those slaves talk about how when they finished picking cotton, they went and helped somebody else pick cotton so they wouldn't get a beating. Oh, wow. And they did that all day. And I'm like, what in the world happened?
What happened
to us?
To that mentality?
Even is it Killer Mike? Killer Mike did a documentary on Netflix. I was so proud of that brother. Yeah. To hear the sisters dog that documentary out. Wow. Yeah, to hear the sisters dog that documentary out. That was just very hurtful.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
Oh, it's good.
Really? I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah.
You have to text me that information.
Okay, it's very good.
Yeah, that's interesting that you said that. Like you said, they would go back and help the others.
Yes.
To pick cotton so they themselves wouldn't get whipped or whatever the case might be. And like you said, to this day, 2019, as we're bringing it to the present, what has happened? Where has that been thrown, or why has that been thrown out of the window where we no longer have that togetherness of the bond?
Because now it's more competition going on, and so to speak, like they say, if you got to compete, you already feel like you losing. And you got people these days like, I'm not finna help her finish. I'm not finna help him finish. Wow. And you got some people that say they want you to do good. Yeah. They really do. But they want you to do good after them. Yeah. They don't want you to do good with them or before them. You got to be behind them. Nobody, I don't experience it. What I'm saying? It's just the way it is, And like me, myself, speaking on myself right now, like I like to grow. I like to be around great people. I like to meet great people. I like to just do great things. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not the type like to hold anyone back. If 9 times out of 10, if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it.
She's gonna do it.
Okay. I mean, that's just me, and I pretty much hang around everybody that does the same right now. Like my circle is getting better. And like they said, be careful what you ask God for. Sometimes we tell them, like, get these people out my life that don't supposed to be in my life. And then when he moves certain people, you disappointed. Like, where did he go? Yeah. Where did he go?
But then you ask.
Yeah, And so, but when time go by, you see that other people coming in. You like, you know what? 5 people and substitute for that. Sorry, you know what? I'm good. I got 5 people in the place of him. Yeah. And we actually doing something. Yeah. Not another boyfriend, not another companion, but just 5 other great people.
And Taraji P. Henson said it best. I can't remember the movie with the astronauts, the three black women.
Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures.
Okay.
She made a comment.
great.
What if those sisters were being catty
Yeah.
against each other and pulling each other down? That movie would have never
Would
been
have
made.
never been made.
Yeah, and she
And it's
said
funny
it
you
best.
said that because it was, who was it? I want to say the lady that's married to the basketball player, Wade. Was it Gabrielle?
Gabrielle.
But
Okay.
It may not be her now, so don't, put this on the record. But it was one of them. She was being interviewed by Jada.
Okay.
On what did she have?
Red
the
Table.
And she was saying how before she got her coach and got some help, she literally had issues with another powerful black woman walking into an event where she was.
Yeah.
It was like immediately she would just say something negative to break them, to cut them down just so it can uplift her. And, it was so profound to have heard her say that, but she had already got to the point where she was able to recognize that was, something within that she needed to work on. And, she got the help that she needed, but she said, she would say, oh, well, who is she, messing around with how she got here to this event, kind of thing. Or, look at her dress, just say something, something negative about that other person.
Yeah.
And I thought that, when she said that, I was like, oh man, I never thought that, she had some type of challenges with just her self-confidence and her self-image.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I seen parts of that. I think her and Jada
They had a little conflict themselves, and they were able to come to the red table and discuss it. And they just never really knew what it was, but they knew every time they saw each other, they embraced each other. But it was kind of like a funny kind of embrace. Yeah. So and so it was Gabrielle who had mentioned that, was it?
It was Gabrielle. Gabrielle did mention it, and I know her and Jada was bumping heads.
For a while. Yeah, exactly. But and you also said something that was very profound as well. You said about the timeline. And I think for the most part, as black women, as we're talking about building better, happier, healthier relationships, if we can even understand the fact that, we all are here and, we're just living life through until, God calls us home, and we all strategically have our own timeline. I'm not in a competition with you. If you get there before I do whatever it is that you're wanting to do, rah, 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 rah to you. Same thing to you, D, but like you said, people are okay as long as you get there maybe after them. And, and I just want to put it out there, as, black sisters and just women in general, we're black, we got to understand that what is for Tracy Nicole Smalls, I'm going to make it personal. It's for me. It's a given.
Yes.
It's as D is not going to be able to take it. Star's not going to be able to take it. I mean, it's just mine. And it's going to come to me according to the time that God has planned for me. But my duty to myself is to keep grinding until it happens, and be supportive. Oftentimes I always say, you got to be willing to serve. Serve that black sister. She has an event going on, support her. If you can shoot her $5, $2, $3, whatever, do it.
Yeah.
Because the more you're able to just pour out to her, to your black sister, be supportive, you better believe it. The more the abundance and the overflow is going to come back. I mean, that's just what happens. So, I think for the most part, if we can just, understand that, our timeline is just ours. It's personal. Personalize that thing, And I think for the most part, people want to be in competition, in a race. You're in a race, in a competition with nobody. It's you, yourself, and you. Just me, and D, and star. And I think if we can just, come to that realization, I think we'll be more supportive of one another.
Yeah, definitely. Because I know I went to a networking event probably about like 2 weeks ago at Lennox Mall at this little Italian restaurant. And I passed out my flyers that I was having for the event I was having Thursday. And to see those women to actually show up, it meant so much to me. Because people tell you that they coming to your event.
They tell you that all the time.
Yeah, but to see those women come to my event meant so much to me.
I bet it did. Wow, that's a great thing. Yeah. So, So what do you guys think? Do y'all feel that, we can be accountable to ourselves to assure that every day on a daily basis, we're being cognitive of uplifting and, building up the other sister, other black woman?
I mean, I'm gonna try. I mean, day at a time. Sometimes sometimes I'm just a person that text somebody or call somebody and just do it personally. Mm-hmm. Hey.
Okay.
Sometimes I just do it like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I'm working on the world thing. You know what I'm saying? Trying to reach out to the world, but like right now, I just do what I know.
Yeah.
Get on the phone, call and text.
Yeah. I think it, because I know on my social media what I used to do is I would tell all the women to give 3 compliments. 2 to women that you know and 1 to a sister that you don't know. And I think we start complimenting more. That would help a lot.
Yeah, I think so too. And know that we all are beauties within ourselves,
definitely.
and beauty is just, it's not the outer appearance. It's more introspection of who you are, who do you feel that you are, and just thinking the best and the greatest of you as a person. Mm-hmm. And I think if we can just come to that realization as well, we'll be good.
Yeah, I think we will.
Yeah, and I think and I want to say to you as well, Dee. I remember I was supposed to be at your show one Saturday, and I wasn't going to be able to make it. And I say this to say how, the dynamics, of relationships, if you don't really know your other sister that you're dealing with and, how she is, it could easily cause conflict. So I remember, you probably don't remember, I called you to tell you that I wasn't going to be able to make it. And I think I might have called and texted you like maybe 1 or 2 times too many. So when you finally answered, you was like, you didn't have to keep calling me or something. And had I not really known her, I would have taken it personal. And immediately I said to myself, Dee is a Virgo just like I am. Her birthday on the same day as mine. Sometimes we come off harsh as hell, but we don't mean nothing by it.
Oh, Lord.
And when I thought about it, I was like, wow.
That's another story.
Dee, I'm just wanting to make sure you knew I wasn't going to make it. But she made it known. She's like, you didn't have to keep calling me.
What day is y'all birthday?
September the 3rd.
That's the worst. Them first couple of days of September, man, y'all rough. I dated Virgo guys, man.
Well,
no, don't get me wrong. I tell you this, not like that. They're funny. Like they want, like when they got something to do, they gonna get it done.
Right.
Like they like perfection. I know the guys like perfection, everything. Look, move this out the way.
Has to be put back.
Put that back. Hey, them shoes, move them, clean that. Oh,
well,
but other than that, like I can't say nothing too bad. But y'all got y'all ways. I can't really say about the female, but I'm pretty sure y'all know.
But I just thought, as we're talking about, sisterhood and building one another up, we just got to be mindful to, really know the person that we're dealing with. And, just don't take some shit personal.
Yeah.
Because most of the time it is not personal.
Yeah.
We never know, what the other person is going through. And all we can say is, just brush your shoulders off. Because at the end of the day, she loves me. She got my back. She's my ride out chick. And she going to be there for me. But, I just thought that was so interesting. I was like, okay, Dee, I get it.
Yeah.
But that was... it was so funny, But I think for the most part, when we think in terms of sisterhood, it has to, literally be embedded in us as children.
That's true.
All the molding, the process of, getting to a point where you understand, totally, the importance of sisterhood.
Yeah.
It has to start, at a young age, whoever your caretaker may be, if they can instill that in you, even if it's not directly, but just by the way that they carry themselves around other women and the way they talk to other women, and the way that they do things together with other women. Because, believe it or not, children, I mean, we all are, we're taking notes. As kids, they may not be able to literally verbalize what they're thinking, they may act it out more, but, they're watching. So, I say that to say, to, help with this, to break down this myth.
Yeah.
I think it should start, at a very young age and incorporate it into our, young girls, to always uplift and inspire and encourage, another sister, even if the skin tone is different, don't feel or think just because she's a lighter skinned person, woman, black woman, she's more prettier than you are, or she's going to be more light or more love. It's just building, that self-image and self-esteem and self-confidence within that person. And that way, if there is a variation in the skin color, we can still embrace each other regardless.
And like you said, it started when we were little kids. Because I remember when I was young, I used to always say, I'm going to marry a real light-skinned man so I can have pretty babies. Yeah. I always say that when I was younger.
It do get said, don't it?
A lot, yeah.
Wow. That's interesting that you say that. So where do you think that belief came from?
See, I don't know. Because I was too young at the time to understand, but I always said that.
Wow.
I'm marry a light-skinned man so I can have some pretty kids.
Yeah. And even to this day, sometimes not too long ago, I heard, I can't remember if it was a lady or a man, but they said something about, she's got pretty hair. And I'm thinking, what's pretty hair? Because it was soft and silky, but I was like, no, she just has a different texture of hair.
Yeah.
And I don't even say good grade. I said she just has a different texture here.
Yeah.
Ain't no such thing as good hair.
They actually had a video that they had about good hair. It was called Good Hair.
Okay.
That people would say, cause I guess, if mine a little more, yes, that's.
Okay.
One that was crazy.
Okay.
It was crazy, but if your hair was natural, you got bad hair. But if your hair was curly, you got good hair.
Yeah. Wow. And I think too, just the outer appearance of, us as black women, the lighter skin or the dark skin, or the weave or the kinky hair or the fro or the natural whatever, all that plays a role in how we perceive one another.
What about the black and white doll?
I know, because even with the societal image, the projection that we constantly see throughout Airgate, sometimes if you're not comfortable as a black woman as who you are as a person, you may get a little intimidated when you go out into a space, when you're out eating dinner or you're out, at a dance hall or whatever, and you see all these women, they got this long, silky, curly hair or these weaves and all, and then you may feel some type of way if you're not able to embrace who you are and your individuality. Simply because, I think for the most part, it becomes very damaging. Because what society, projects out there, we're constantly, every day, looking at it. Yeah. We're hearing it, what beauty looks like. So then, we begin to maybe as a black woman alter, like, damn, I don't think I'm as sexy, or I don't think I'm as fine if I don't have the long hair or the weave or the sew-in or whatever. What'd you say?
The fake butt.
Yeah, all that they have. Yeah, and it's just, I mean, I think for the most part, it's just our cognition. We have to be aware.
They the one don't have confidence, because you go out and spend all that money to do extra.
Yeah.
That we was born with.
Exactly. Yeah, So, it just comes a time where, awareness is everything. If we can just, be aware of who we are, as, black women, embrace one another, I think we all can, win together. We all can be champions together, but it takes, one person to decide, like we're here having this dialogue today. It just takes us as individuals to decide this is no longer going to be the case. When we hear someone say, black women don't get along, they messy, that's why I don't fool with the, bunch of black women or, females in general. If you're in the presence of that person, I think we should say, hold up, wait a minute. Because what we're speaking out there in the universe, then we begin to think that is the case. So I say, instead of speaking all this negativity, why not just pour out some positivity? Say, that is so not the case. Black women, we do get along. We're very supportive of each other. We got each other's back. We understand that we're not in competition with each other. We're here to support and uplift one another. We understand that there's more than enough of everything to go around and just, make it all happy-go-lucky.
That's true. I agree. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And like y'all was saying before, I think it's going to start by our parents teaching the kids at a very young age.
Yeah.
Very young age.
I think so, too. Being able to instill that in them. And then, in hopes that these caretakers and these parents, they have the ability to be able to tell them that and not literally tearing them down, as children, because sometimes that can be the flip side to it, but we're going to speak and believe positivity that, it's the responsibility of the caretakers, the parents, to build up, the fact that relationships are important, and to be able to have, intimate relationships with your sisters, your black sisters, and, have that person that you can go to, that you can cry to, that you can confide in and not worry about, Susie, Tom, and Jerry and everybody else in the whole world is going to know about it.
Like this one lady said, women, we will work on a relationship with a man, but we're not going to work on one with another sister.
We'll nip it in the bud within a second.
I said that before.
Uh-huh.
That's interesting.
And that within itself.
Yeah, she knew better than to do that.
Yeah, and my thing is, I think for the most part, a lot of people maybe see it as conflict, but I always see it as having conversations. And it's okay to, converse and agree to disagree and just be able to dialogue and say, you know what, this bothered me, I wasn't sure what you really meant about this, or, you made me feel some type of way, and maybe that day I was in my feelings, but let's just have a conversation. But most of the time what happens is, bam, I'm done with her.
Yeah.
And, 6 months later, 3 months later, you see her and y'all acting all like, do I really know her? As opposed to just taking that time to have a conversation about what really happened.
Let's speak on this little part. See, like, that's interesting because me, I can feel a certain type of way, but turn around and be like, nah, no, I'm wrong. I'll count myself as being wrong before I will the next person.
Okay.
Give a benefit of the doubt and say, no, I don't think that's what she meant. No,
okay.
No. So I try to go around all the negative and go back to the positive and say, you know what? She ain't meant that. She ain't mean nothing about it.
Okay.
She didn't mean nothing about it.
Great.
It probably did, but I just got to make myself think positive so I can have that sense of sanity.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be feeling, down. So sometimes you have to uplift yourself, because if you, go back to around, oh, no, that person doing this to me, and then about time, before you know it, you'll be named about like 5 people. Then you be like, dang, I'm the world's most hated. And I know that's not possible. I know I'm not the world's most hated. Look at me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, know. And so sometimes, it's okay to be woman enough to admit that you were wrong. And sometimes you don't even have to go to that person that you're either, having a conflict with towards yourself. Because sometimes that makes a conflict. You trying to get out of that conflict, dealing with yourself with it. But when you go to that person and say, I thought this about you, and I thought that, there go another conflict. Because she finna tell that person, oh, you know what she had a nerve to do? She had a nerve to come to me and ask me, did I do this? Okay, now you done put your friends in. Now guess what? We're fixing to have a conflict because it gonna get back to me. I'm like, okay, so when I went to her, I thought, I was nipping in the bud. It's squashed, but now it's new again. Now we finna have ongoing problem. It was just my problem. Now it's all our problems.
Problem, And I just want to say, and this is just me personally. You mentioned the fact of things being you being wrong.
Yeah.
Now in my world, I don't really define right or wrong. I define, individuality and people thinking and doing things in terms of where they're at in the present, in the now, and how they're able to digest, conceive, and convert and convey back to you. So, because oftentimes, people want somebody to say, you were wrong, you were wrong, you were right, you were right. No, it was just, I'm Tracy, this is Star, this is Dee, and she's thinking this way, and it's okay for her to think that way because she is Star. Doesn't mean that it's right or wrong. It just means it's her way of thinking and her way of doing life.
Yeah.
And, oftentimes, that within itself can create conflict, amongst, black women, if there's, some indifferences, somebody just want to say, point the finger, you were wrong, you were wrong. No. She was just able to give you information with the information that she currently has at that present moment to make a decision.
Yeah.
Was it right? Was it wrong? In my world, no. It's just her way of thinking at that moment. And that's, I think for the most part, I think that's how we just, we make our decisions. based on information we currently have in the moment.
I agree.
That's all we got. So right or wrong, in my world, no. It's just how you make that decision at that time. So, I think for the most part, I think I see some progression with, Black women getting along and, trying to uplift and, because so many times on social media I see, Black women are saying, I'm trying to build this team, who wants to be on this team? Yeah. Now, whether or not they're serious or not, or just trying to get some followers, I don't know.
Yeah,
but I see it all the time, who wants to be a part of this team? I win, you win.
How they do it at the beginning of the year.
I have
they finna delete all they haters.
Not like that,
What'd you say?
Like, let's add value.
Yeah,
that's one of my work. That's one of my themes. But what was I going to say? You talked and I think about it.
So it's literally being put out there in the universe, amongst Black women, that I'm seeing it that they, we want each other to win together. And, I like to call them champions, and we all are champions together. So it's just, being sincere about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought of it now.
Great.
Okay, that's what it is. Have you ever wanted to make a stat and you had to think about 20 people that it go with? Like, okay, if I say this one thing, oh man, I know about 20 people fit this on, but I just really want to talk to one. How do you do that? Just don't post it. I just don't post it, because I'm a person, like some people say, speak your mind, don't worry about what nobody say. But I am a person that I do consider people feelings. So, like, sometimes it's a lot of things that I want to post a lot of times. Yeah. But I just don't because.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, I done seen myself write a whole post. After it leaves the color black or red, you done wrote a lot. And so once I do that, I'll be like, oh my God.
All because you're thinking that someone may take it personal?
Yes.
That's in your friend's circle? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But it's not, you know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
general...
and sometimes you might not even know,
Yeah.
Sometimes you just speaking, just in general, but it offends someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You remember you asked me about the post yesterday?
Mm-hmm.
I deleted it. Because what was happening, people were inboxing me. The only thing I said was delete me or block me.
Yeah, that was it.
And so people wondering like, who in the world is she talking to? But since we're here right now, I'm going to say why I said delete me or block me. Because it be sometimes, you might post something or either somebody feel a certain type of way, you might turn around and see another subliminal post that has something to do with your post.
Gotcha.
And you look at the time like, oh my God, like, did that person really think I was, and you be like, you know what? Delete me or block me. That's the only thing, because if you always catching this one person in particular, they always like, I'm like, oh my God, like, they live for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, wow. It don't be towards somebody, like, to hurt nobody's feeling. It's just because I can see somebody else post and, like sometimes, you can see somebody else post, you don't really know them to talk to them. So you might make a post in regards to letting that person, you answering them without them even knowing it. But they might see your post because they're on your timeline. They might be like, oh my God, Starlet's so special. She just answered my question. She don't even know how much that I appreciated that. But I did it for that person without them even knowing it. Because I've seen they struggle that they, they might post something and be like, going through this and that. And I have seen myself not to actually like post a post regarding to what somebody posts. I would actually like call me, as that, I have had somebody actually, call me because they really wanted advice, back in the day. So
cool. Yeah. So let's Oh. Okay. So just want to talk more about something that Dee mentioned that was profound, and I just want to thank you so much. Oh my God, Dee, thanks a million for coming out. Words can just not express how much I express. If it wasn't for Dee Hill and the opportunity she'd given me on her platform on, was it 1380?
Yeah, Love 860.
Love 860. I would not, more than likely not be here on today. And because of that, I just want to say, I love you. I love you. I'm always here for you if you need me. I just love you.
Oh, thank you. Well, thank you.
You mean the world to me. I mean, you just do.
Thank you.
I just thank you, for, giving me the opportunity on your platform to build and, to kind of get my feet wet to see how it is as far as being, a woman in radio. And then just the support that you've given me being a sister to sister, black woman to black woman. Words cannot express how much I appreciate you for, bringing me on.
Congratulations on everything. I know you're definitely going to do well.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
All right, ladies, it was nice meeting you all.
Nice meeting you too.
As we're talking, I came to the realization, I said, with Star, she's one that I was saying this to myself in my mind. I think she's one that wants a call or a text or want to hear from me at least once or twice within that week. This is what I was, brainstorming in my mind, and it's good that we're having this conversation.
Oh my God!
To understand each other and to build upon this relationship. Because I want to respect.
I'm spoiled with phone calls. I'm just like.
And I'm thinking, oh my God, really? And like I said, I've got to work on self. Because like I said, I have all these females' number in my
just
phone.
like my daughter.
I just don't really pick up the phone and call
because
or text
that's what the reason for it being that way. Because one time we thought my niece was missing, right?
Uh-huh.
And so we like, she don't text like that. That ain't how she talk.
Yeah.
But as time went by, there's different slang come up and they using code. So we like, we scared now. You know what I'm saying? So like, my daughter did the same thing. I'm looking for her. So she texts me. And so I'm texting. I'm like, okay, it sound like her, but people can be around her to sound like her.
Exactly.
So I said, if you want me to know that you're all right, call me. I want to hear your voice.
Exactly.
And you better not be cracking up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she'll go on and call me. I'm fine now. You are okay. Anybody can be behind them texts.
I know anybody.
And you don't know nobody's true personality behind those texts.
You really don't.
Because even emojis help us out. Sometimes, you could be feeling bad. Yeah. But you match that crying, laughing emoji. Oh, she happy. Mm-hmm. But it don't be like that all the time. It just be because you want that person to feel comfortable at that time.
Yeah.
But if you actually hear them, you'll know how their day is, going. So then after that, you can text me all you want to.
And I think
because now I know that you're fine. Everybody's good. Now you can go back to texting.
Yeah. And I think, for the most part, it's learning each other as we're building, friendships with, other women and just being able to literally be there emotionally, because we just never know, what people are going through.
Because I'm sensitive. I can be sensitive sometimes.
But I think we all can be to a certain degree. We all have that innate
I'm one of those persons that can watch a movie and catch the end and cry. And don't even know what the beginning was about. The only thing I seen where this boy run across there and he got shot. Yeah. Oh my God, they just shot him. Then that thing, I'm sitting there. They're like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, nah, just
Yeah. Wow.
So that kind.
So I think for the most part, as we're building upon, having healthy relationships, just being able to understand the other person that you're in a relationship with. Because if you don't have that understanding and you're not communicating, you're not spending time with them, then it kind of leaves this big, vague, just making assumptions, as opposed to having a conversation and, saying, is this what you prefer? Is this what you like? And, just coming to an agreement. And so we can, always try our best to be there for each other, on an emotional, piece.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's important to, understand that. And now that, we're having this conversation, what I was thinking, you're actually conveying that, 2-3 days, I want to have a call.
Oh, no, y'all got me used to it now, you know what I'm saying? So now I really understand, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand now. So if you text, it's I'm good now, So at first I'm like, wow. Yeah. Like I haven't, 3 days? What's up? Yeah. Like, okay. So I text, are you okay? I texted in a minute. Are you okay?
Exactly.
You okay? Okay, yes. Yes, okay. Okay, I said, okay, that's good. Good morning.
Yeah. And
good
that's
afternoon.
funny that you're saying that because, it's all about building up that relationship and
That's how I am.
getting to know the other person. You know, and it makes absolute it makes a lot of sense.
Because I said, I'm finna start being spiteful. I said, next time, I said, what I'm going to do is, that was at first, not now.
Yeah.
But at first, I'm going to be like, you know what? They going to call me today. I'm busy. I'm going to hit that little thing.
Yeah.
I'll call you right back. Don't call right back. I ain't going to call right back.
What you were thinking?
I'm going to just wait till I get those two or three phone calls. I'm like, oh, shucks.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in there now. Like,
you're in there.
they miss me.
Wow.
Like, they miss me. Yeah.
We
you know,
do, yeah.
I guess it's good, though, because, see, if, you know, you got some people, like you said, assuming. Assumptions are serious. You know what I'm saying?
Is,
I could have,
yeah.
you know, I could have been like, you know, I could have just had this thing, like, who she thinks she is?
Yeah.
Like, you know, but it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? It's really good to, you know, talk to somebody, which it wasn't ever like that anyway. You know, I guess, like, I'm an entrepreneur, you know what I'm saying? Like, I travel here sometimes, you know, like different places, do hair, you know what I'm saying? So once I get busy, I'm busy. But once I'm sitting there, I'm not doing anything. Like, somebody needs to be available right now.
Yeah,
I didn't understand that, you know, when I'm not busy, nobody else better not be busy. You know, like, now I'm not doing anything, you better not do anything. Like,
yeah. So I think
you know, I was thinking. Then you might be like, I got a client. Oh, okay. I'd be like, okay, I understand now. And then, it is what it is. You know, like sometimes you just have to understand that people actually have things to do. You know, you don't be thinking like if I'm up in the morning, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I'll be thinking like, who up? Yeah. You know, I might put a post, who up? And then as soon as somebody say they up, okay. Well, now we finna talk up under my little stat. I'm bored, you know. Then until I go back to sleep. You know, sometimes I think because I'm up, everybody should be up. Yeah. If I'm asleep, then it's well.
Yeah. But I think for the most part, you know.
I mean, I'm just being real. You feel me? Yeah. Have you ever been up? And don't let me find out I was up and I didn't know you was up. Like, you didn't call, you was up.
And didn't call.
You was up, right? Yeah. You was up too?
Oh, wow.
Did you know I was up? Uh-huh. So you mean to tell me you knew I was up and you didn't call?
And didn't call.
Okay.
So that creates.
But then I won't be, but you know what? That goes to not thinking like, okay, she may be up, but he could be asleep. And she don't want to wake him up by talking to me. I had to understand that. You see what I'm saying? Because you can either text and talk to somebody good morning, but you can't be, hey, how you doing? Oh, yeah, I'm okay. Because some other people in the house trying to sleep. Okay, yeah, I'm spoiling my own way. I had to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? But that's how I used to be.
And it's good, you know, like I said, we're having this conversation and we're getting a better understanding of who, you know, we are to each other. And in that being said, you know, we should be able to, you know, cater to each other, you know, because it's not, if I'm in this relationship with you as a woman, black woman to black woman, it's not always about what Tracy wants in it. You know, I've got to be considerate of, you know, Star and, you know, some of her preferences and meet those preferences when I can, you know, and being able to try my best too. And I would hope and I know that you would do just the same, you know, and I think if we're able to, you know, piggyback off of each other and understand one another and know what our likes and dislikes are, then, you know, I think, you know, we're moving towards progression.
Yeah, but y'all better tell me.
It's all in, you know, finding out, you know, who we are as, you know, individuals and gravitating to one another and building upon it and, you know, supporting one another. Yeah. So I think for the most part, I just want to leave, you know, with some solution-driven, you know, answers to the myth. You know, I want to first say that, you know, no longer are we going to buy into the myth that, you know, black women, you know, are messy and that they do not get along. We're going to say to this day going forward.
I just think now that as I just sat up there, you know, revealed myself, I think black women are lonely. You think that would boil down to? I don't really say necessarily messy, but I think a lot of us are lonely. And, you know, have you ever heard people say, she need to get her a man?
I hear that.
You know what I'm saying? She need to get her a man, you know, because, you know, she's in everybody's business. Maybe she get a man, you know, of her own or whatever, or get a man, maybe she'll stay out of people's business.
Okay.
But, you know, everybody's not like that. You know what I'm saying? So, in some cases, I guess you can say black women, some black women that don't have a man can be messy. Or I've seen situations where, you know, a woman can have a man, you know, she doing good, she talking with respect, she doing everything the way she's supposed to. But as soon as they have a breakup, now you mad at the world. Now the world can kiss your butt because y'all ain't getting along. Then that thing, you know, a week later, y'all back hugged up and kissing. Now, good morning world, Facebook's and friend, you know. And you shouldn't, you know, just because you feeling a certain type of way, you shouldn't take it out on other people. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a person that I can be very frustrated, depressed, and I run into you. I'm still going to smile.
Exactly.
I might drop my smile after I pass you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna burden nobody with my problems. Yeah. You know.
And I think, you know, for the most part, like you said, not so much messy, but maybe just lonely. But I think, you know, as a human being, as a being, you know, we all, I would say, you know, I would like to say and believe and think that, you know, we have those times of loneliness. Even when we have someone and we're in a relationship, you know, an intimate relationship, you know, or romantic relationship, there's still that piece of us or that component of us that makes us up, that sometimes we can still have those sense and those feelings of feeling lonely, you know. And like I said, you know, to kind of wrap things up, you know, I just want to alleviate the fact that, you know, the myth no longer exists from this day moving forward. You know, we're going to believe that, you know, Black women, we do get along. We are very supportive of one another. And, you know, like I mentioned earlier, you know, we're going to make it communication. Yeah, we're going to make a very conscious decision daily, you know, as Black women, that we're going to acknowledge, you know, each other. You know, and not look the other way when you see another Black sister trying to acknowledge you, because she can be your blessing within disguise, or she can just want to say, you know, you look great, you look beautiful, you're gorgeous, you know, you keep doing your thing. I love the way you ride, and you're looking good in that car, you know. So, I, you know, like I said, I think for the most part, if we can just change the way that we perceive one another and know that we all are beautiful, and just because you may be lighter skin in your skin, I may be darker, that doesn't mean that you're any better than I am. You know, it just means that we're different and we're individuals. So, you know, just having, you know, the idea of knowing that we all are in this together. You know, we're not in competition, you know, as I'm summing things up. And we all have our own personal timeline, you know, and we're just going to, you know, be supportive and ride out with each other and know that what's for Star, like I said earlier, is for you. I'm only here as a vessel, as an infinite vessel, as a Black woman to you, to help you and aid you in however I can, you know. Being that you're a rapper and being that, you know, you're a ghostwriter. You know, if there's something that I know to do to help you as a Black woman, as we're building this relationship, you know, then it's my duty to share that information with you, to give you the knowledge, to put you on, you know. And I just say that to say, you know, let's just make it a personal responsibility and a duty moving forward. That's just how it's going to be. We're going to be accountable to make sure that we're doing everything in our power to uplift and to inspire and to build the other Black woman up. Because, I mean, that's what we're called to do. You know, we're vessels. I mean, I like to think and believe and say that I am. And oftentimes I do put that out in the universe that, you know, that is my responsibility. What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, you know, I'm glad to be here today. I got motivated as well as, you know, giving my input. And, you know, I had other places to be, but I'm glad this is one of the places that I chose today because it really helped me. It helped me to know exactly who you are and who everybody else is, you know, because I was thinking, you know what I'm saying? It helped me with my way of thinking. Yeah. And so...
Okay. And I mean, I just want to say, like I said, the way that we met was just, it was meant to be. Simply because without connection, it was a connection to another connection. Yeah. So that was nobody but God that allowed us to intertwine and mesh that day when we did, because it's opening up doors that, I mean, that's so unimaginable, you know, and we're just looking and waiting for the greatness, you know, to happen, and it's going to happen. You know, we're going to just speak it out into the universe. So, you know, just to kind of sum things up, I just want to, you know, thank each and every one of you all for chiming in. It's been a pleasure. I hope something has been said, you know, to uplift you all. And if this video has been inspiring, please, 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 please share, come back. And I hope that as a Black woman, as I'm speaking to each and every one of you all, please, you know, make it a personal responsibility to encourage, inspire, and uplift one another. So at a later time, if you're wanting to get, in contact with me, like I said, I am Tracy Smalls. I am the hostess of the Relationship Spice Talk Show. Feel free to give me an email. You can shoot it, and that is at Tracy, Tracy, just the letter N as in Nicole, Smalls, SMALLS @gmail.com. So I so look forward to hearing from you all. And if you're ever wanting to be a guest on this show, or if you have a product or services that you're wanting to have acknowledged, feel free to shoot me an email. I would love to have you here in this space with me. So until next time, you guys take care. Love you, love you, love you.
Like, comment, share.
Thanks a million for chiming in to the Relationship Spice Talk Show with your girl, Tracy Smalls. Be sure and chime in each and every Sunday from 8 p.m. until 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you can also chime back in Monday through Thursday from 11 p.m. until 12 midnight. And you can check us out at Beat Break 87 FM, the app. Be sure and download it to your mobile device. Or you can check us out at beatbreakradiofm.com. So I'll see you next time.